It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. And what is today? Tuesday? Is today Tuesday? Tuesday. We were here at Mountain Crest yesterday and we're back today. We're going to be here again tomorrow. But I just wanted to apologize for rushing through things yesterday and making you all nauseous. I was just so excited. And I'm like, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. And Greg's trying to follow me and you guys are like, whoa, slow down. So again, 100 apologies. I was just really excited. So today we're going to focus on some of their display gardens. These are areas that we didn't look at yesterday. And they're all labeled with plant names in the hopes that you guys can get out your paper and your pens and start taking some notes in the event that you want to order something from Mountain Crest Gardens. And also, I didn't point out, this is not really a destination place because it's mail order only. They're not open to the public. And they're not being snooty. It's just they're slammed. They are absolutely slammed trying to fulfill all of these orders. And they don't have the manpower or the time to deal with customers that come in and need help and all of that. So don't be mad at them for that. They're just not equipped. But they do have some really cool display gardens, and I hope that Greg and I can do a good job showing you some things that are in situ that have been in the ground for years. Let's see, 3 actually, because when I was here 4 years ago, they hadn't done this yet. So this stuff that you're seeing now is about 3 years old, and you can see that they're labeled these plants with the botanical names. So, hopeful that Greg can go slow enough that you can take it in and get the information that you need. For those of you that are just tuning in and don't know what I'm talking about or where I'm at, just real quickly, we are up at Mountain Crest Gardens in Fort Jones, California, at the very top of Northern California near Mount Shasta. This sedum limezinger, this is a happy one, isn't it? Look at that. And this is the largest distributor of cold hardy cactus and succulents in the United States. They do ship all over the United States and the territories. So hopefully you will get some really, really great ideas. Hi, Mats. Yes. Say hi to Mats. Mats is the Lord of the Manor here. So hi, Mats. Yeah, here we are. Over here, oh my gosh, look at this little cactus. It's not labeled, but isn't that precious? It's getting ready to bloom. And we talked a little bit about their cold hardy opuntias and how they were just setting bud. And you can see that some of them, there's some pink ones in the back that are getting ready to go off. The flowers on these is absolutely spectacular, and they do come in all different colors. Yes, Greg asked if what these agaves were. That is an agave blue glow. In the back, that's one that we work with in San Diego. We have agave perii, which also looks terrific. I believe that this is Titanota. It looks a little stressed. Look at the edges here. It got a little hammered either by frost or probably by frost. I don't know if they need to cover these agaves in the winter. I'm kind of assuming that they do, but we'll check. We'll ask Annie tomorrow when we talk with Annie and see how they handle the little agaves. Over here, probably can't tell in the video, but there's really beautiful, significant mounding here. We'll also ask Annie about the soil and what they use, if they have a specific mix that they recommend. Look at all of the bees on the sedum. Just loving it. But these rocks we talked about yesterday are from the Marble Mountains. They're indigenous and native to the area here. And they're purple and they're just stunning. You've got to, Greg, look at that lavender though back there. Anybody know the variety on that? I know deer don't like lavender, and I have some in my yard at our property about 10 miles west of here. It just doesn't look that good. it's not that pretty. But here we are. This is the sedum display garden, clearly, with the exception of that one lone lavender in the background. It's all different types of sedum and a little bit of ice plant. Some of you mentioned that the rodents eat your ice plant, which just makes my heart hurt, because look at this. Look at how this ice plant is hugging this boulder. That's so beautiful. Who wouldn't want that in their yard? Oh, this is funny, Greg. Sedum, red wiggle. That color is superb, isn't it? And then they've got one, oh, they have a falling waters. Look, guys. Well, they've got two mangave out here. They have man of steel and they have falling waters, and neither one of them look really great, but they're hanging in there. I know that's a pretty low bar, right? But hey, hopefully I will remember tomorrow to talk to Annie too about the mangaves, because you had some really good questions yesterday about, like, do all the plants that they ship, are they all cold hardy? And the answer to that is no, they're not. They also ship other plants that are soft, that so you're not limited to just the cold hardy plants through Mountain Crest. Yeah, I just can't get over these ice plants. They're just so pretty. Orostachys, I don't see that. I don't think that one's survived, or it's just not popping its head out of the ground right now. But look at, here we've got, and this just tells you that these are tough plants, because clearly nobody is out here like me every day pulling weeds and dealing. Look at all the weeds. But what I want to point out is how beautiful this ice plant looks tucked amongst the sempervivum. Just how pretty is that? And this display garden, from what I can tell by looking at it, is pretty reliant on its own resources to survive. I'm sure they water, but I think that's pretty much all they do. And it doesn't look bad. All right, as we move on, now we get into more of the sempervivum. This is where Greg can really focus, and you can see some varieties that are growing here in Zone 6. We are in the month of June, coming off of a pretty atypical winter in that we didn't get a lot of snow, we didn't get a lot of spring rains, but we did have a very late frost. We had a frost at the end of May, but clearly it did not impact these plants. Ooh, look at that. Loving that. That's gorgeous. But man, oh man, oh man, you guys, I am so inspired. Now, if it were me, I would have used bigger boulders, and I would have also done more, I would have, created more undulations in the mound instead of just making a big trough. But I get it. I mean, it is a display garden, and you want to be able to see the plants. It looks like they,
what's that back there?
That's called Sir William. That one right here with the red tips. This guy? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sir William, and this is Sea Pink Cloud. I mean, I'm just stunned at the varieties. It's unbelievable. How gorgeous is that? Dang. Well, you can see that they have thrown down some really pretty 3/8 inch gravel. What do you think this is, Greg?
I couldn't.
Yeah, we have no idea, do we? But I love it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I do really like it a lot. Now, this one's called Tip Top. See how we have some dye back here? And, you know, the way to handle that is just to groom. You know, just pull the dead ones out. No fuss, no muss. Clean that mess up. They're still succulents. Just because they're cold hardy doesn't mean that they won't take it. See, look. There's a little one that popped off. I can put that back. See there? And then you just take some of your gravel and you fill in the gap. Ta-da. So that was easy. Yeah, so the grooming is the same. One of you asked too, why do the leaves of your semps curl down instead of up? And is that a problem? And I'm not, you know, an expert on sempervivum, but I have seen some varieties that do present with the leaves curled back instead of up. So I want to say that that's probably just normal. Look at this one's called Giuseppe. Wow. And thank you all so much for your comments on yesterday's video. I'm so pleased to hear that you've all had such great experiences with Mountain Crest. And just so you know, this is not an endorsement. I'm not receiving any kind of compensation for these videos. I'm just thankful that they're so gracious in opening up their operation for me to come in and take you around and show you what's available. I'm happy to do that. I feel like I don't give all of my cold hardy succulent people enough love. So all I can do.
Oh, this is pretty.
Ooh.
What's this?
Wow. Good question. I feel like that Feldmayer is this one. It might be Festival. Do you think? Yeah, I think it is because this tag fell down. So I think this is called Festival. This is gorgeous too. El Toro. Wow. There must be, what would you say, like 100 different, at least 100 different sempervivums in this display garden. And once again, been here since, well, for at least three years. It wasn't here 4 years ago when I was here. But are you guys getting, I mean, what you could be doing in your cold hardy areas with these semps? Ooh, god dang it, Greg, look. Helveticum. Dang. I mean, I could plant a garden with nothing else. That is stunning. What?
And spice.
Oh, yes. And fire dragon next to it. Yes, you continue to ask your questions. I will be meeting with Annie tomorrow, and she will be able to answer way better than myself as far as your technical questions or your horticultural questions regarding these plants. I can tell you generally, I can answer basic questions, but not working with these because they don't do great in San Diego for me. Look at this Hepworth. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but look at the flower. Now, Sempervivum or monocarpic, see how this flower is coming right out of the terminal bud, right out of the middle, the meristem, right out of the middle of the plant. So when this is finished, this whole plant will die back. Same with this, but look at all the babies. Look at all the pups. So you haven't lost the whole plant, just the parts that have flowered. So this will just get popped out when it's dead, and then all of these little ones will more than take up the place. Yes, that's a great example. This one back here. See that? How it's coming out of the center? So this whole thing will be toast. But look at all of these. Look at all these kids to take over the family business. No worries. And the flowers, aren't they special? I mean, they're all different. We've got yellow, peach, pink. There's red. There's white. and every shade and variance in between. Wow. Greg and I are going to be up here the rest of this week, then heading home on the weekend and breaking ground on a new project in Mira Mesa down in San Diego, actually a week from tomorrow. It's going to be a great one, you guys. You are not going to want to miss it. I would be really, really interested too to see some pictures of your Semps and your cold hardies. If you could message me on Instagram at Laura Loves Succulents, I would love to see some photos and also hear about your experiences growing these plants. You know, what challenges have you had? What tips, what tricks can you offer other followers that might be interested in spending some money on some cold hardy succulents? This is, though, you guys, just living proof that you can have it all. You can have the tapestries like I do them with these plants. I mean, you can have the most gorgeous succulent tapestry ever known to man. I mean, think about it. You still have, you know, in addition to all of the variety and the texture and the type of these plants, you've also got whatever boulders you can get your hands on. You can work with flagstone. You can work with different types of top dressing rock, creva, fireglass. I mean, the sky truly is the limit. Wow. It just, I mean, it glows. And then Beatrice behind it, you know, it is the purple to Apache's red. You know, and this is really cool, the way they have planted all of these different types of sedum and labeled all of them for you to see. But in a minute, we are going to show you something really, really amazing that they've done over here. This is a display. This is an example of what you can do with these plants as a designer. Now, once again, they've gone, you know, more linear with the types. They've made, you know, basically straight lines, and then they've taken flagstone, turned them on their side to create some partitions between the plants. But look at the overall effect of how beautiful this is all knit together. And think of what other plants that you have in your areas where you live that may be compatible with these succulents and that you could plant with them. Really, I mean, the sky is truly the limit. I'm speaking in hushed and reverent tones because my mind and my brain is just in overdrive right now, thinking of all of the potential for my property. And follow along, because, you know, as Greg and I start to spend more time up here, I'll start to do more and more with the plants.
Turtle.
I think it's a snail, Greg. Yeah, a little topiary snail. What a clever idea. And some of you ask, you know, when are Greg and I going to move up here? I don't ever see that happening full time because we have our children and our grandchildren down south, as well as our business. So I feel we'll always be, you know, we'll always be coming back and forth. Now, I don't want to be up here during fire season either. That just does not appeal. It's gross. So don't worry. We are not going to be hanging it up anytime soon. Greg and I are in it to win it. I just am so thrilled to be able to share with you guys all of the potential and all of the beauty that is the cold hardy succulent. So until tomorrow, this has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity at Mountain Crest Gardens in Fort Jones, California, Zone 6, with your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.